Welcome. Great to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Great to see you on camera. Awesome. Thanks for being here. How's everybody doing? Good, good. I love energy, love positivity. Awesome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here on time. I am ready to get us started. This, of course, is our new 5-day referral challenge. I'm excited to be sharing this with you because, as always, I thought, why would I do this by myself? Why not bring all of you, our community, our members, our team together to learn this all now? All right, so there's going to be a lot that we're covering over the next 5 days. Please understand that this is working sessions as well as training. So you're not sitting through 5 hours of training, taking copious notes, and having the good intention to follow up. If you've been with me long enough, you know that I want to make sure that you're not just getting training, but putting things into action. So these are also working sessions. But of course, I'm going to give you an overview first, as well as, of course, have a short training section each time so that you understand the activity that we are doing. By quick show of hands, how many of you are available 5 out of 5 days or pretty close? Awesome, awesome. Thank you for your commitment. Because yeah, each day is going to kind of add to what we've done before. So I'm excited that you're here for day one. We are recording. We are going to share the recording, so you could also go back and look at them. But because they're working sessions, we don't generally share them with the public because they're just going to watch us, looking down at our computers for a chunk of time. It's really boring recording. So, all right. So we are going to use the chat at this event as well. I'm not sharing a PowerPoint. I'm going to jump into LinkedIn as soon as I can. So let's use the chat, and please everybody answer the questions because this is definitely going to be about participation. Okay, give me a yes or a no. Have you downloaded the free Chrome extension? Because that definitely is part one. Please record it in the chat, because I'm looking for any no's, because that's a starting point, because this is not about text. So I need to know that you all have it. Okay, for those of you that are saying no, please look at the emails I sent this morning and really quickly download the extension. It'll take between 5 and 30 seconds. It's that quick. So please go ahead and do that. That is your starting point. And of course, let me see, Zoom is doing something a little wiggy on my end here. So let me just get a few things done. All right. Okay. Next steps. Okay. If in the same email, I asked you all, if you have not yet connected to me personally on LinkedIn, meaning that we're not yet a first degree connection, then please connect to me. Is there anyone that needs my link? Or actually, let me grab it right here. I'll put it in the chat right now. If we're not yet a first degree connection, please send me a connection request in LinkedIn right now. Okay. But most of you know me. Most of you know what we're doing here at the 5-day challenge. I clearly am already like, okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. I want to get into the actual challenge because 1 hour to me flies by. I like 2+ hours of anything when we're together. So make sure that we are a first degree connection. And really quickly, I just want to give you an overview. The Chrome extension is on LinkedIn. It is our proud partnership with a company called My Most Trusted, and Scott Cundill is the amazing founder and CEO of that company. Some of you have already met him. I had the pleasure of meeting him, Sue did too, and Kevin, in Aruba this past January, and then I hung out with him for days in Calgary, where we put together more and more for you. And from that, I decided to put together this 5-day challenge because, again, I want you implementing everything that you are learning here. So you've probably been on LinkedIn for years. And even if you haven't, regardless of how much you've been using LinkedIn, like other social media, has gotten kind of spammy, right? If you've probably seen that, far more messages have come your way that are just sales copy somebody is throwing at you. You don't know them, they don't know you. They're hoping that you're going to click on it. What you may or may not know is a lot of those are also bots doing the work. It's not even a human doing the work, in which case there's even less connection, less trust, because they're not a trusted connection. Okay, Maureen, I see your question. You can have more than one downloaded version. So my most trusted, some of you may already have that version. And the Global Nexus is the white labeled version that Selling on the Spot has. Okay, so both work equally. You can have both. For simplicity, it makes sense to have one, or I find it easier on my LinkedIn screen to have only the one. And especially if you are a paid member of Selling on the Spot, then using our version has more benefits. Okay, so it just makes sense if you're using one to have that one. Especially, again, if you're here, then it makes sense to be using our version, but both will work identically, okay? And shortly I'll show that paid members, how and why you have a benefit within our version, but just know that you're not losing out by not using theirs. We proudly white labeled their Chrome extension, and you're going to hear the term Global Nexus. Okay. Any other questions before we get started, or can I go ahead? Just I need to make sure everybody's good with on the tech side. Again, I'm not the tech for the company. It's not my company. It's not my Chrome extension. I'm here to lead you through using it. Okay, awesome, awesome. Next in the chat in a moment, but please let me explain what I'm asking here. Because I want to differentiate community with Selling on the Spot and membership and even paid membership. Okay, because some of you are brand new to me, so welcome and thank you so much for being here. And so you might be in our Selling on the Spot global community, which is our Facebook group and completely free. And we want you to be active in there and coming to our events. Okay, so some of you are in our community only. Some of you are a member, meaning you've chosen to upgrade to either basic, professional, or Pro Plus membership, which involved, for the most case, an investment, a monthly or an annual investment to be a paid member and get a huge list of benefits and inclusions of being a paid member. The reason I'm differentiating is I know that some of you came through what we call the treasure trove in December, and I wave at a few of you because I know you have, in which case, technically you joined for free. You took us up on an amazing free offer. And when a paid member, you are a paid member, at last week's summit, we gifted you the premium version of the Global Nexus. Okay, that's why I'm differentiating if you're a paid member, meaning you need to be in the professional level, our middle tier, or our top tier package, and have made an investment. The reason I'm clarifying that is because we love to give you anything that we can. For those of you that have been with us for a while, Sue, Alka, Sherry, Carol, many of you have been with us, and you know that every time I put on a big event, anything more that we can give you for free, we do without charging you an extra penny. We want to give you more and more value to stay with us. And so at the recent summit, those of you that were paid members already of the Professional or Pro Plus membership were gifted the premium version of what we're going to be working on and working with today. Okay, so just know that when I'm sharing my screen, I have the premium version. So if you're not on that version yet, your screen will look a little bit different. It'll have a few less things that you can do, but ultimately they look the same. And of course, we're going to give you a deeply discounted rate if you do want to join us and get the premium package as well. So please put into the chat if you are a paid member or if you're not a paid member, just so that I know which version you're going to be looking at for the 5-day challenge, just so that, again, I need to know of those of you that are in the room. I know we have some new people. Awesome, awesome. Good. Okay, wonderful. So we're going to get started in, yes, Miriam, congratulations. You're our newest paid member, actually. So welcome and congratulations. And quick note also that you don't have to be on camera, but if you can be on camera, we always care about relationship building here at any Selling on the Spot event. And I just enjoy looking at who I am speaking to as well. So another point I want to make about LinkedIn and what we're going to be doing here with the Global Nexus is to go through who you already have as a connection in LinkedIn, but who do you truly know and who do you truly trust? Okay, you hear the difference there, right? I have something like 2,700 people in LinkedIn. Most of them, when I accepted them over the years, I actually knew them versus Facebook. But do I truly know them enough and can say I trust them and would refer them? Okay, again, huge difference. And oftentimes I would say to have had at least maybe a 15 or 20-minute consultation, kind of getting to know you call with the person to say that you know them. And obviously, if you've done more work with them, then you make your own judgment on do you trust them? Okay, as opposed to my 5,000 Facebook friends, I actually know a shocking amount of them because of all of my in-person events and online events, but I can't say I know and trust all 5,000. And of course, on LinkedIn, same thing here. I wouldn't refer all 2,700. Okay. And so the global nexus that you're going to be using is going to be to really look at who do you trust, who do you want to have in your trusted circle that you could refer to other people, that other people can ask you for referrals. And of course, we're going to grow together. Sue, I'm going to ask if you don't mind just keeping an eye on the chat, just especially if there are questions as I'm going through. Thank you so much. Sue, where in the world are you, by the way? She's on a cruise ship somewhere, but I don't know where she is today.
Miami.
Oh,
First stop was Miami.
okay.
Stay on the ship.
Thought you were going to say something a little bit more exotic, but that's okay.
One was more exotic. That's the
No offense
Bahamas.
to Miami or Floridians. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Great. So the next thing, what I'm going to have you do is, if you don't have your own LinkedIn screen open already, please make sure that you have it open. And now I'm going to ask you a detailed part, because for the sake of the challenge, I would like to, of course, record our starting point. Okay, so with that, I will share my screen and then have you understand what the starting point is. So please do not type your answers to this into the chat until you understand the detailed, I think 4 pieces of detail that I'm asking for. So if you can all see my screen here now on LinkedIn, please go to your own profile and click on whatever amount you have here. Mine is 500 plus connections. And when you click on it, you'll see that I have 2,713 connections currently in LinkedIn. Okay, so I'm going to be asking for 4 things to be put into the chat. The first one is, how many connections do you have? Okay, so we're recording starting today, because over the 5-day challenge, we're going to work on increasing this. So how many do you have currently? Okay, not your goal, that sort of thing, just currently. How many do you have? Okay. Now I can't see the chat, but I hope you're all pulling up that number. I'll give you just a few more seconds. Otherwise, I do need to move quickly today. Please put that number in the chat. Are most of you okay with moving ahead? I only see 5 of you on my screen, so I need head nods or thumbs up, or I'm okay with people unmuting and talking as long as you don't have background noise. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to move ahead. So you'll see on my screen this, especially if you're brand new, this is the Chrome extension that is here to the right. You can move it up and down, by the way, if you ever want to, but clicking on the Selling on the Spot logo then opens it up and it automatically goes to your dashboard. Okay. Actually, one more thing in the chat. Please just call yourself an advanced user if you've been using it for a while versus new. Just so, again, when I watch the recording, I can see how many of you are new. And of course, we'll share the recording so that if you need to watch any of this again, then you can do so. So the next thing from your dashboard, what I would like you to track is how many people have you already put into My Most Trusted. Okay, so you can see my number is 148. I've been using it for a while. So some of you might be 0, and that's fine. Again, we're looking at where are you now? Some of you might be 1 or 5 or 10. Some of you might already be over 20 or over 100, and we are going to set some goals today. Okay, today we're going to be working on adding the people that you trust. Okay, so please record into the chat how many are in yours. Whoops, click on that, that disappears. Next, right below that is the referral history. I have given 11 referrals to date and received 8. Okay, again, whatever numbers you have, even if there's 0 and 0, please record it into the chat as opposed to me wondering why you did not record it into the chat. Okay, even if it's 0, please document it in the chat. We certainly want to celebrate you at the end of the challenge on how much you've increased and completed over the 5 days. All right. Just so you know, those of you that are paid members in our community would be here in our 109 in our Selling on the Spot Marketplace members list. Whether you're premium or not, you should be in our list. The next thing is to put into the chat, please, is the Trustometer. Okay. I know Scott loves names like that. The Trustometer shows where you are in regard to how much you've been using your Global Nexus. So if you're brand new with our Global Nexus, you're probably in the newbie category, and that's fine. In which case, please write newbie in the chat, or again, whichever category you fall under. Again, if you have premium already through us, congratulations, and it will say that on your screen under your Trustometer in that big blue word there, premium. Okay, if you believe you should have premium, then please message me as well, because we'll make sure that we get that corrected. It takes roughly 24 hours, but they're pretty quick on it to make sure that you get the premium inclusion. Okay. And so for all of you, I want you to see that here below the Trustometer, it will show you how to get to your next level. So regardless of where you are on the Trustometer, the newbie, junior networker, senior networker, super connector, or trusted affiliate, you can see where you are on that sliding scale, and more importantly, how to get to the next level. So as you can see, I have been using it. I am at the super connector level currently. And the 4 criteria or 5 criteria are here below. So I needed to give 10 golden recommendations. And if you're not familiar with what these are, don't worry, we're going to go over them through the 5 days. I've given 17. So therefore, I've exceeded the need here. And this red line here is solid. Okay, I've completed all of that. For me, my task now is to get to the trusted advocate category. So I do not need to give more golden recommendations to get that. Okay, again, if there's any questions, either put it into the chat or please unmute. Otherwise, I do need to keep moving forward. In regard to receiving golden recommendations, I'm excited that 12 people have given me a golden recommendation. I needed 10 to be able to move to the next category, so that is already achieved. And then in regards to introductions, for me to move up to my next category, and for you, again, all these numbers here are going to be based on getting you to your next category. Okay, so for me, I need to make 15 more introductions. And guess what? I fully intend to during the 5-day challenge. Some of you will be getting introductions through me, and I need to request 16 more to get to my next level. Okay, and again, it recaps that I've already added 148. So 100, that's a good indicator that 100 is the goal for all of you. Okay, to be over time, whether it's today or the next couple of days, getting at least 100 people in as your trusted connections. Okay, I know I said a lot. That's a lot in the chat. Does anyone have a quick question just in regard to what I just shared on that screen? You can raise your electronic hand or unmute. I'm not able to read the direct messages. I know I've seen some private messages. Nothing's private here. We're a group. We're working together for 5 days.
I just want to say I'm glad you're doing this, because I had this thing. I had the original one before as well, and I had no idea how it works, and I never got around to figuring it out. So I'm really glad we're doing this.
Awesome. Oh, thank you so much for that, Chris. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and that's why I deliberately did this. It was like, I want to know that you all are using it, not just you downloaded it. Like, that doesn't help anybody to just download it. Scott Cundill, the CEO himself, will say it takes about an hour to fall in love with it. When he said that the other day, I'm like, yeah, that's brilliant. That says it all. You just need to start using it, and then you will fall in love with it once you see all that it can do. And certainly I'll share more with all of you over the course of this week as well. All right. And you know what? One other point I'm going to make is I want you to jot down somewhere in your own notes, who do you think should be here? I didn't want to charge for this. I could have charged $50, $100, something for this. You know me again, it's not about selling tickets into something. It's about community and us growing together. Who can you share our link with so that they are here tomorrow, or that they can even register today? And that way we'll get them the recording, and that way they're not falling behind. Okay, because we'd love to have even more people here. All right. Need to give you time to write those notes now. Who should be here? Who can you share the link with? Who can you invite directly? Or of course, share it on social media. When in doubt, please share. Maureen, okay. Top right of your screen, not part of the Global Nexus, but do you know where the puzzle piece is? Where your anything that you've ever downloaded onto your computer is? Very top right. Let me jump back really quickly. I just want to address that. If I can move my Zoom bar. If you can see my screen way up here in the top right. Maureen, I can't see you, but I don't know if you can see me. Anything that I've ever downloaded, if you need it to delete the My Most Trusted Chrome extension, it's on your hard drive in your extension section, okay? I don't know if I can't see a thumbs up or if how you guys are with that. So when in doubt, Maureen, we could catch up later today. I'll make sure that you are well versed. So, okay, with that, I do want to move forward to goals. What is your goal over the 5 days? Now, again, looking at our dashboard, we talked about how many people you already have in your trusted connection. Chris, I can see you on my screen. Okay, really curious about your goal then. First 3 are perfect. That's great. There's no judgment here. How few some of you may have, you're in the right place. So we do suggest at least 100. And again, we're going to start working on that momentarily, in which case it's kind of monotonous on how quickly you can actually be adding them. So sometimes, you know, later in my day, maybe the TV is on, maybe something motivational is on, and I just need a quieter hour, and it's just click, click, click. Okay. So it's actually quite easy to be adding them. And as soon as you're adding them, building relationships is already happening, because somebody, of course, might then reply with, okay, tell me more, that sort of thing. So it's a great way to already be building relationships and building trust, because they might be curious as to why you chose them to send the Chrome extension to. And of course, it's free. It's completely free for absolutely everybody. Okay. So the second part of your goal then will be the trustometer. Compared to where you are now, newbie, perhaps you want to go up to junior networker. Through the 5 days, whether it's here in the 5 hours we are together or on your own time, you should each be able to go up at least 1 level. Okay, at least 1 level. And again, here on your screen, regardless of what level you're at, it's going to tell you how many more steps you need to take to get up that level. So please share what your goal is. All right, giving you a few seconds to do that. All right, are there any questions in the chat or anything else I need to know? All right.
Right now, I'm answering as I go as much as I can.
Okay, perfect. Well, overall, by show of hands, how many people have been, whatever we call actively, you've started putting people in, you've started connecting with people. How many people are kind of actively using it for a month or so? Okay, so most of you are newer. Okay, perfect, perfect. Then you're in the right place. Awesome, awesome. Glad I did this. All right. So I'm going to go back to sharing my screen and have you all get really familiar with it, with your Global Nexus. So another point that I want to make is get really, really familiar with it. So this, again, being your dashboard, know that, well, of course, if it's clickable, it will show you that what each thing can do and open up is very straightforward. You cannot break it, meaning there's no need to, over the course of 5 days, saying, well, should I click on that? Should I do that? Yes, click on it. It's there. That's the best way to learn it, is by starting to do things, but do not be afraid to click on things. Okay, you'll see, of course, that there's a sliding bar at the side because some of the screens are longer. That was just from the home section. The search here is just like it says. You can search and filter. We'll be going into, again, each of these sections over the next 5 days. I'm just giving you the overview right now of the dashboard. The Meet Me section, we're going to work on, I believe, on Wednesday. So if you have not done that, again, then don't worry about that, but just know that that is a phenomenal part. And again, some of these, your dashboard is either going to look identical to mine if you're on premium, or slightly different if you're not on premium. So you might have the Match Me feature, but if you're on premium, you actually have unlimited matches in there, versus I believe it's one a month otherwise. Okay, and for that one, that's the AI doing the matching. That's not us matching. That's a whole other level. That's the AI, the artificial intelligence, doing matches. So that's another reason to join premium. And the referral history, this shows exactly what referrals I have been giving or have been asked of me. Next one is, again, find and add people to your trusted connections, in which case some of you know Captain Lou. Captain Lou, I connected with him 16 hours ago, is it here to the right? And so you can see that he has 2 trusted connections. So he hasn't been using it yet. I just sent it to him last night. I connected him to David Ricklin already. And again, everything that can open up to something else is easy and that you can click on. So if I want to introduce him to somebody else, it's as easy as clicking on the 2 hands here. And then it asks, who do I want to connect him to? And I would put their name in there. And of course, they would already be in my LinkedIn, being as a first connection, which is why I asked you all to make sure that you're connected with me as a LinkedIn first connection. And then it helps prompt you and asks you to say something about why you want the introduction. Okay, so point here that I want to make is the kind of newbie error that some people make is they'll go to find out who I'm connected to, and go to people that might be like my highest level of speakers and connections and say, hey, Jane, can you connect me to that person? And not even bother to write me one sentence as to why you're asking for that connection. Okay, please think about why is that person a good connection for you? Why should I essentially put my name on the line with some of these people to connect them to you? Right? It might just, we might be in complete alignment. It might be an absolute yes, but please take the time. This again is about relationship building always. Okay. What do you know about Captain Lou? What do you know about me? How do you think a connection to Captain Lou in this case would serve you? Why should I connect you two together? And then again, it's just a simple sentence, and then click introduce. And then it would come to me as a message. So this is an example of here how it would come to me. I've been asked to make an introduction. So once somebody asks you to make an introduction, it's big and bold and shiny and looking to get your attention, click on. All right. And so just know that, again, you can click on all sorts of things and you're not going to break it. Okay, but we'll start using it. Okay, again, if you're new, I've probably already shared a lot. Everybody still with me? I'm trying not to go too fast while knowing that
On
you're
the,
possibly watching me, possibly looking at your own screen.
on the screen you were just at, it
Yes.
had some big alerts or something. What were they?
Okay, I'll jump back there. Yes, here in the middle of my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so when I'm looking at I was still on the screen that showed from my profile, I clicked to see how many connections I had, and it automatically started listing my 2,713. So you could see that I've already added these people. Okay, which actually I'll double check why Captain Lou's doesn't show up. Yeah, but regardless, again, there's loads of things that you can click on, and when in doubt, do so. Okay, they're constantly adding to the AI. They're constantly creating new things almost on a daily basis. So every once in a while, I have to look for it too. But again, it's all there for you. Okay, and I'm looking at the questions. Lisa, that was to me, I believe. So to connect with me on LinkedIn, that is my LinkedIn connection to my page. So yeah, please send me the connection request. Thank you for asking. Because again, please be connected to me for sure. And especially if you already recognize somebody else in this room, what we're going to do next is start reaching out and adding each other to your trusted connections if you know them well enough to call them a trusted connection. Okay, fair? Some of you are brand new to me. Guess what? You're not going to add me as a trusted connection. I can't do that to you yet either. Right? We're going to be in integrity. We're just meeting here for the first time today. But many of you I know already through my Selling on the Spot community, in which case I've already added you. And again, it's really easy to be doing so. Yes, Mona, thank you for that. Yes, I realized that as soon as I finished saying that. It's highlighting the ones that I might want to be clicking on next. Okay. All right, so for simplicity today, because again, till I read the notes of your goals and things like that, what I want us to be doing is adding trusted connections. Let me just peek at what's going on in the chat. Yeah, perhaps Sue, I'm just all good. All right, so let me go to sharing my screen again. For simplicity today, because not all of you know each other, what I'm going to have you do is think about somebody that you want to add as a trusted connection. I see Alka on my screen, so I thought of her. In a moment, you're going to be doing this with your own people that you already know are in your LinkedIn first link, the first level of connection, and that you trust them. Okay, so we're going with the most obvious, easiest. Okay, you're going to make sure that you go to their profile. And I'm sharing it in two ways because, again, some of you are on premium, but some of you are not. Okay, so Alka, I've already added. If you see to the far right here on mine, I've already added her as a trusted connection. She's in green. If I had not yet added her and wanted to, it would prompt me here. Okay, it would give me the icon to click on. It would be in red and it would alert me she is not a trusted connection because it's really trying to prompt us to either add them, or in this case with Alka, I could already be introducing her to somebody. So again, just know that all of these pop-ups are here to serve you. So take the time to read them. It's showing that she is a trusted connection. These are the options I have. And also know that on each person, there is also this bar, which is also here to serve us. Okay. So again, let me just kind of go through this. I might as well discuss this bar here with you first before we get into the activity. So know again that this is the Selling on the Spot white labeled version. it'll explain, and I'm going to read later why Alka is a score of 3, but otherwise, this is not this is a no judgment. This is not about the individual. This is about, by the way, can you see me and hear me? I just want to make sure if you can see me, hear me. Suddenly my screen just.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. This just means based on what I have put into the Match Me section that I am most looking for, then she is a 3 out of 10 of a match, okay? Meaning, because one of the things that I'm most looking for is people that have large connections already, maybe even have their own networking group, okay? That's why I said it's no judgment. That's not a bad score, Alka. It just means you have less of what I'm currently using the Global Nexus for. So each of us will be mostly looking for 8s, 9s, and 10s. Okay, what's our best match right now? Okay, but again, we'll go through that throughout the week. I'm just like identifying why it's a 3 out of 10, and that this pop-up comes and actually explains it. Okay, you can see that she has already received 2 golden recommendations. Kudos to you, Alka. Guess what? I'll give you one today too. And that I could introduce her through this link here, get deeper insight. Whoops, why did that pop up? What was that one? So you could read about somebody's profile, their personality report, and even have ChatGPT help write a message. Okay, again, don't get lost in the weeds. I'm just going through what all the things are that can be done here. That was here, and then view her 19 trusted connections. So we'll get to, no problem, if anyone has a high number or a low number, but the point is, if I wanted to now reach out to Alka and I could see who her 19 are that she's put in, okay, and then I could look to see if they are people that I don't know and if I want to be matched with them or ask her for a connection. Okay, I could ask the AI to write us a custom message. If by the way, and if you use it, please, please, please always still take a moment to read it and personalize it. Don't let a computer do everything for you. It's awesome. It'll be a good message, but please take the time to put your real voice into it a bit more too. All right, and then of course, looking at who or clicking on her profile is there. Okay. So again, a lot of things, a lot of kind of shiny objects on your screen. But now what I would like us all to do, you especially, is think of who is in your connections that you can be adding. Okay, so if we go, I'm going to go back to my profile because I want to go back to that list of my 2,713. Let me get back to my profile because I've only added 148 of my 2,713. So what you can each do is find somebody and you know you trust them. So his name is Maz. I know him. I trust him. If you're on the premium level, you are already going to have this button here, which makes it simple and amazingly easy. And then you could click on it and he would be added. If you're not on premium, then click on the person's name. And again, if you're not too familiar with LinkedIn, then please know that you would need to click on more. Okay, and then add them, or excuse me, in my case, I'm already connected with him. But if sorry, I don't want to confuse you. I just realized I kind of made that confusing. If you weren't already a first connection, that is when you would need to click on more and click to connect with the person. He and I are already a first level connection. So see how here to the far right, it says that he is an untrusted connection currently. I have not yet added him. So again, I could read about his personality, which I don't need to. I spent, what, 5-6 days on a cruise ship, the marketer's cruise with him. Hung out with him in Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. I think I do him pretty well. But I can click on add him as my trusted connection. Okay. Now, you will have automatically some tags. you might want to pick business networking, or if you don't have a tag in there already that is appropriate for you, like for me, some of you I've tagged as a Selling on the Spot member. Okay, he is not a member, but he is a business networking connection. So if it's in the drop down, you can click on it. If you didn't have it in your drop down, you could start typing something in and build it as a tag. Okay. So I might as well even create a new one. Marketers Cruise. That's how I know him. What? Oh, it's letting me do one. Okay, no problem. So it's now there as a tag. If you want to enter notes to yourself, you would put them in here. I personally think I have a great memory. I'm not going to forget who Maz is. I don't need to add anything there. And then I click, yes, I trust this person. So see how it was literally, I just clicked on the red button, added a tag, and clicked on, yes, I trust this person. It will ask, well, congratulate me, first of all, which is awesome. Global Nexus is nice and positive. And there's still the next amazing thing that it does. As soon as I have done that, Maz will now get a message from me. And you can click send on it. We are tweaking the wording, but that is the one that's in there now. And what that is telling him about the Global Nexus, because he may want the Chrome extension as well. Okay, now for some of you, I might have done that quickly, so I'll come back. How are we doing? Good, some are with me. Some are information overload. Is that where are we at? Some are too shy to tell me you're on information overload. I know that was a lot. All right, let me peek if there might chat. Are there any questions? This would be my link. Somebody's internet is unstable. Is mine stable? Have I been here the whole time? Okay, good, good. Had fun fixing my Zoom last week. Power issues, all sorts of issues here in the house. All right, so if there are no questions, then again, what I'm going to have you now go to your own LinkedIn connections. Again, it might be people here for simplicity. Look around the room. If you haven't yet added them as a trusted connection, are they already a first level connection, a first degree connection? Because then once you, the pop-up will automatically come up again in red and let you click on it to add them. It's that easy. Okay, so I'm going to give you some time to do it. And again, please unmute if you have a question. Because guess what? I said this is a working session, so I'm going to add a few people right now as well. So we're just going to each do it on our own time for the next few minutes. Okay, so again for today, go to people's LinkedIn profiles that you absolutely know and trust and want to add to your trusted connections. Oh, and I should, yes, say some of you again are advanced users. So if you already know other features, yes, go ahead and click on them. Oh, okay. Again, I was working, so I didn't see that your hand was up, Lisa. You have a question?
Yeah, just a quick question. I'm like super new. I'm trying to figure out how to send my link, like a highlighted link. And then I had asked a question about, should I change my link name? Like, should my business name be in
Oh.
there or
Do you have 2 accounts on LinkedIn or just one? Like,
just one?
just the one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had put it up here before. No, I mean, most of us have just the one account and have our personal name in it, just like yours.
Okay.
Excuse me, peeking at yours. So I'm clicking accept. So I'm accepting you now, Lisa, as a connection. So we are now a first degree connection. And please, for everyone to know also, as soon as you click on something like that, you might have to refresh your screen before you would see it as having taken effect.
And then I also noticed most people seem to have their faces on. Should I change it to a profile picture?
I do recommend that. I do recommend that, absolutely, because people want to see who they would be connecting to.
Okay.
You being your company and you being your brand.
Okay. Yeah, I set up my account like a long time ago, but I've just been too intimidated to learn how to use it. So here we are.
Perfect. Hey, you're in the right place. How did you find out about this referral challenge?
I've been on selling on the spot and I've been to one event and it just popped up in my feed today.
Perfect. Glad to hear it. Glad you found it again.
Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions? Everybody hard at work and adding people?
Monica had one about if she invites people outside of the selling on the spot network, will they get the prompt to download the generic My Most Trusted or the Global Nexus?
Yeah. Oh, well, if you're inviting through this, then yes, it's the Global Nexus, ours. Yeah, great question. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, we ask you to use ours. Again, if you are a paid member, then you have the benefit of more sections and more inclusion. So if I go back to mine, if you peek at my screen for a second where it showed the 109 in the community, you were all in there. Okay, so that's a way for members to also find other members really easily. That's another perk of being a paid member, whether basic, professional, or pro plus level. Then we would put you in here. And it's again another way to build community by having all of you in one place. Whether if you're using the My Most Trusted version, there isn't that group within a group or community within a community. Again, if anyone has a question, just please go ahead and unmute. Otherwise, I'm figuring you're all working hard. Yep, Monica.
So I've sent out a couple of invites and it seems like it generates this automatic AI message to send out. And it has the My Most Trusted link in the message.
Yep.
So am I clicking in the wrong place or do I need to?
No, that's the one to click on to have that sent out to them. So in the example that I shared with Maz, my friend Maz, as soon as I clicked on to add him as a trusted connection, I got that same pop-up. You're all going to get the identical looking pop-up. And it will be to tell them that you've added them as a trusted connection and why and how they can also get the Chrome extension for free.
Yeah, but the in my automatic messages, it's coming up with the My Most Trusted. It's not coming up with the.
Oh, because you have both versions?
I don't know.
It sounds like you do. Well, did you click?
So the link at the end of the invite is to the My Most Trusted. It's not the link to the selling on the spot version.
Okay. Let me see.
Is anybody else experiencing that?
Well, if you have both versions, like I had the My Most Trusted as well, because I work with the corporate team, in which case I would have mine here and a second one. The My Most Trusted one would have a yellow logo. It should be yellow.
I'm not seeing the My Most Trusted on my profile, but when I click to send them the message is when the link is going there.
Do you feel that you had started with the My Most Trusted one in the past?
I don't really remember.
Okay, then otherwise, for any of you that are still questioning that, can you see where my cursor is at the very top of my bar on my computer, where it says connect extension, right beside the URL bar here? It looks like a little puzzle piece. I think Maureen, Monica, and anybody else that needs to know where that is, that's where anything that you've added as an extension on your hard drive would go. So I went to this one to remove the My Most Trusted version, because I wanted only the selling on the spot version, because otherwise, yes, it's confusing to have both. Okay. Is everyone else just working and adding? Good. Yeah, Alco, go ahead.
Since I haven't used this for a while, it's showing that I'm not a premium membership. So I was trying to add some people and it says I'm not. So what do I have to do?
Okay, you just need to tell me and I work on that.
Thank you.
So, yep, no worries. I'm writing that down. Okay, so yes, as a reminder, I did say it earlier, so it might have been captured in the chat also. If any of you feel that you should be on the premium version already, please make sure I know that now, because then I will message the team at My Most Trusted, and in roughly 24 hours, it would be applied. Okay, so it takes a really small action on my part, but I need to know it to do it. And then please know it generally takes 24 hours. If it takes them 48, actually, I believe it's the computers that do it anyway. It's not even the human.
So what does it mean when it comes up I have 5 credits left? Is that something because?
That's a whole other level. Let's not go there, please.
Okay. I won't ask
I don't even know if we're covering that in 5 days.
I was gonna say, I'm confused, so I don't know.
Don't be confused. For today, it's more a matter of getting familiar with your dashboard, getting familiar with that top bar on everybody's page, knowing that you can click on things and not break it, and starting to add more connections, getting everybody to at least 100. Okay. Romana, you have a question?
Yeah, I was so busy with like giving those tags. Did I miss it? Because we should connect with all people who are here today, right?
You could, absolutely. And again, you might know each other for different reasons already. So what tag you want to use is up to you. So in the example I gave, I have already created an SOTSM members tag, because some of you are members, regardless of what level. I want you tagged separately as a member versus a business connection in general.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, I gave the example of Maz, who I met on the Marketers Cruise. So right in front of you, I created another tag called Marketers Cruise and put him in that one. So it's up to you each as to what tag.
So I sent a lot of invitations now. So you people out there don't wonder, just grab me.
We can all do a screenshot of who's here today too. If you want.
Or copy the chat.
That's right. Yeah, I figured we made this event open for everybody, so you're not only members or only haven't already met through Selling on the Spot Marketplace events, in which case you might have already been first degree connections. But again, I didn't want to instruct the entire hour, which I'm pretty close to have. It's also about who do you already have on LinkedIn that already is the first connection that you know you trust that you can add. Okay, because again, you saw how quickly it was mostly click, 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 and other than adding a tag, if you choose to, then it's relatively quick. Maureen, you have a question?
I did delete the other one on my Chrome, but it did not delete it in LinkedIn. So now I have two, my most trusted connection. Your one is selling. on the-
Okay. Okay, so what I will do is I'm going to connect you with the tech team because that's your. If you deleted the extension, it should be gone. So I haven't heard that that's ever not worked. I don't know. Universe wants you to have two versions right now. But I will connect you to the team. So hopefully they can fix that today to have it set for tomorrow. Tracy, do you have a question?
Yeah, I have multiple versions, obviously, because we have our own community as well that we're tracking clients in. But can you demo for everybody how to do the golden recommendation? Because I've had people wanting to do that, but they're like, I don't know how.
I appreciate that. We have 2 minutes to the end of the hour,
Okay.
and that's tomorrow's lesson largely. So that's the only reason I.
Okay, no worries. I mean, I know how, obviously, but
I highlighted it, just give a really quick for those that are following this. When I went to somebody, I was on Alka, and remember I showed the bar and I said, it showed you could click on and really quickly give a golden recommendation, but that's gonna be tomorrow's activity and I didn't want to overwhelm even more so those that are new here. Okay. So yeah, please know that there is a 5-day schedule of how we're gonna go through each of these.
When
Awesome.
you add people, it doesn't immediately, like I haven't changed my score of how many trusted people I've added. So
It
how
has
does that-
not?
No.
You might just need a, okay, so you could, whether the dashboard is open or minimized, if you go back to your, whatever page you're on and refresh it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
When,
sense.
when in doubt, refresh. Whether it's
When in doubt,
Global
refresh, yeah.
Nexus or elsewhere on the internet, when in doubt, refresh. So it should, yeah, because it should absolutely instantly be changing it in the back end. All right. So as I said at the top of the hour, I like 2 hours together better, much more than one, because one goes by way too quickly. And of course, I needed to instruct a significant amount today to have you all familiar with both the dashboard and that bar, which again, oh, there you go, Maureen, refreshing worked for you as well. Yay, when in doubt, refresh. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm glad you said that. Okay, awesome. So as we're out of time today, a couple of housekeeping notes is, other than, first of all, thank you, of course, for being here. Please don't let it overwhelm you. Please, again, join us as many days of the 5 that you can. Again, please come punctually, please. Stay for the whole hour if you can. Please invite other people. We will be sharing the recording if they register in advance. And there's no reason that you can't continue beyond this hour, right? Now that you've learned how relatively quick and easy it is to add a person, whether you are new or not new, whether you're on the regular one or the premium one, premium's just even faster to add them as a connection. You might want to, not that I necessarily encourage sitting in front of the TV at the same time as working, but that's an example of, it's pretty much click, click, click. Who do you most trust? You could spend an hour on it tonight and wow us tomorrow with how many people you've added, if you want to. All right. All right, perfect. Thank you all for being here. I love that you all look like you're still working. That's awesome. I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for step 2, based on after adding some people. Yes, Maureen, take a deep breath. You're in the right place. Not as bad as the first hour, yeah, can look. And if you want to be upgraded to premium, if you want to get more information about membership, then guess what? Go to my LinkedIn page, send me a message. We're using LinkedIn, we're using the Global Nexus as our way to communicate more than Facebook. All right, thank you all for being here. I look forward to reading the chat and helping you tomorrow as well. Have a great day and see you at another amazing Selling on the Spot event. Bye-bye.